everyone, Ellie Diecast, and we're back. And I'm going to continue this format that I started last week, where I just wrap up the week and kind of do it in three segments. And that's whatever I found and whatever I think is going on in the diecast world. Some of Andrew's stuff that he's doing because he wanted to be a part of the show. And also then the customs, which I've gotten a lot of interest in the customs. So that's why I'm changing the format around a little bit. So we will get started. This week I went to one car show, the Rack and Q car show, which is a show in Stanton, California. I also hit up a couple dump bins, so I got some D-case cars here to show you. And I've got some stories about some treasure hunts that I found. And then we'll look at the cars that I got at the car show. So we'll get off to a start. So this one's actually a C-case car, but I found a bunch of these, and more on that story later. I actually found about 10 of these, and I have a plan that I want to do something with customizing them. But I did pick up a bunch of them. The Mystery Machine. And on to the other D-case cars. I did not pick up all of them. I just picked up the ones I like. And you guys know I like a lot of the fantasy cars, so I got a Carbonator. I like this one actually better than the treasure hunt that was last year's. One of the first treasure hunts. A highway hauler. Not as crazy about this color combination as some of the other folks, but it's okay. I got a 71 Mustang, funny car, and of course it's a funny car, so it's going to fall here because it's a very heavy car. For those that may not know, the funny cars always have these metal bases, and they're really heavy cars. They tend to be great downhill cars, and so if you're looking for downhill racing cars, that one might be it. Nerve Hammer, one of my favorite cars. Not crazy about the color. I think I've seen this same color combination on about 4 cars now in the last year, this pink and yellow, but maybe it's for the girls. I don't know, but I really like that car for the track. A 71 Mustang Mach 1. This is the Super Treasure Hunt for this particular case. This is not the Super. That's the regular. Super has a golder color. And of course the rims and the Real Rider tires. Camaro, 70 Camaro. Let's focus on that guy just in case we fell out of focus. Yeah, 70 Camaro. 72 Ford Ranchero. Another one of my favorite cars. Really like that one. These are all, I think these are all D-case. The Walmart had just dumped out D-case cars, but they were mixed in with C and B case cars, but I think these are all D-case. Lamborghini Sesto Elemento. That may be wrong. Not real crazy about the color on this. It's got like some little teardrop shapes on the back, and the tampo is kind of off on it, so not crazy about that one, but I picked it up. Brazilian Dodge Charger 74. I don't know anything about that particular car. I don't know if a Brazilian Dodge Charger is a type of Charger or if that's based off of a customized real car. I don't know. Fast 4-wheel drive. I liked this one. Don't know what it was about it. Kind of a cool little car. Looks like it'd be good on the track. SRT Viper in yellow. This one's probably going to be pretty popular. Toyota Celica. Not usually my favorite car, but I do like the coloring on this one. I like it better than the, I think it was a dark green. That was the last time we saw that, or a yellow. My garage here is falling apart. If you hear the sounds in the back, we've had a cold spell and it's really windy, so the wind's blowing stuff down in my garage here. This one is the Impreza WRX Subaru. Really like the coloring on that. Really like the white wheels with this one. Usually don't like those white wheels, but like them on that one. I got the prototype H24. I know this is not that popular of a car with the collectors. It tends to stay on the shelf a lot. But I really like this car just because it's one of my favorites. One of my favorite track cars. And then I found the T-Hunt. And the T-Hunt this time around was the Speedbox. I think this kind of continues Hot Wheels trends of picking kind of cars for the treasure hunts. But they're for kids. So it also continues the mysterious coloring of the wheels. I'm sure that's the way those wheels are supposed to be, where they've used two different color wheels. That seems to have started last year in earnest and is continuing in the cars for this year. Not really a fan of that, but it goes that way. So next we've got some treasure hunts, and I wanted to show you these. I'm going to try and kind of see if I can get these out here. These, interestingly enough, are all treasure hunts I found in the same bin. The wind's going to blow these down. But I found all of these in the same bin. Here, let's put them back here. Let's do this. There we go. And we've got 3 more. So all of these were found in the same bin at Walmart. And that wasn't the weirdest thing. We found nearly 100 treasure hunts in one bin. And I don't know what happened. If it was a return and they just dumped them all in. If it was the Walmart guy that had been taking these out of the cases all year long, just got caught and his stash got dumped in the bin. I don't know if they stored them up there on purpose. This is also the same Walmart where I found a solid wall of Angry Birds. Last year at Christmas, they had about 200 Angry Birds and Minion Pigs all out on the pegs. So I don't know what's going on, but me and Andrew walked in, and Andrew noticed the T-Hunts right off the bat, and he just started snagging those, and we ended up with about, I want to say 50 treasure hunts, and we left about half behind. And I'll post some pictures here to show we left them behind. Andrew had a great time decorating the bin with the treasure hunts and putting them on the pegs because he wanted the next kids to come along to see them. And my thought was the next kids that comes along are going to be 40 years old and going to be collectors and grab them all, but I didn't tell him that. And I went back the next couple days, and most of those treasure hunts were still there. So no collectors were coming through my Walmart, and hopefully a bunch of kids got the T-Hunts that were left over. Also, I went back to that same Walmart this morning, and that's about a week removed from when we found all those treasure hunts, and I found, for the first time ever in my collecting life, a super treasure hunt at Walmart. I have never found a super treasure hunt at a Walmart before, ever. And I never figured I would, because I don't think they were even hitting the aisles out here in Southern California. They were getting snagged before they came out. But I found this one in the D-case cars. It's the only one I found. So somebody must have either gone through them or they were dumping cases on top of cases. I'm not sure which. But it's the Sandblaster, and that was the treasure hunt, I think, for C-case. For B-case. For C-case. Or C-case was the Camaro, but B-case, Sandblaster. So, yay! Go figure. Also found a few more exciting cars there this morning that we'll cover in another video. Okay, I'm going to shut the video off for just a second and get set up for the next part, and I'll be right. Okay, and we're back. I did forget to cover a few cars that I found. They were in a different pile. I found a bunch of these Batmobiles. These are from the D case, and I picked up a few of them to sell, and found a bunch of combis. So again, you guys that follow me on the Facebook page at LE Diecast know that the combis get customized quite a bit around these parts. So more of those guys. And I found a whole bunch of Herbies. They were in there with the treasure hunts. Also, I couldn't find them. I had already packed them away, but I found a bunch of the Jetson capsules. And something else that is not coming to me right now. But We found a bunch of those, and you probably saw those in the pictures when I showed them about the magical case that we found at Walmart. So those guys are all in the mix. Okay, I wanted to go over some of the cars that I found at the car show. And I didn't get a lot at the car show this time, but I found these. This is a series I've been trying to find for a few years. The wind is kicking up here in the garage. Mini tornado. This is the Artistic License series, and there were 4 in this. I guess I'm not going in order. But these were interesting cars. Again, if you guys follow me on the Facebook page, you know I'm a digital artist. My background is in art. My degree is in art. And probably the reason I do a lot of customizing. Digital art didn't do it for me so much, and working with my hands and doing real paint and so forth really is cool. So I've been looking for this one, and this is the Artistic License series. This is the Roy Lichtenstein kind of spin-off, and I don't know if there's a different Tampa on the other side. I don't really want to open these. This is the Mondrian Takeoff, the Alien. You guys probably recognize that casting, been done many times. This one is, I don't know what. I could not figure out what they were after with this one as far as who they were taking the lead from on this one, but that's the Plymouth Barracuda. And the last one is kind of a Joe Miro spin-off, the Volkswagen Bug with the 5 round circular rims. I think I have another one of these, but this one was in real good shape. So I got those. Was very excited to find those. Got them for $1 a piece. I also got 4 of, I think there was 5 of these, the glitter, or I always call them glitter. It's Gleam Team Edition. These are blue card cars. And they're getting harder to find. You can find them outside the cards. But these were really interesting, and as far as I know, this is the only time that Hot Wheels did this. I'll see if I can zoom in. And of course, my customizing background makes me really interested in how they did this. But that's a raised surface. It's like a imprinted tampo that's on there, and they were part of this Gleam Team Edition. That's the Porsche 959. There's also this one, which you've seen before in my videos. I've been trying to trade Andrew for his version of this car for about a year. He won't give it up, so I finally bought my own. That's the 57 T-Bird. And then the, they call it the Gleamer Patrol. I'm not sure that's probably what you're going to see any policemen driving around in these days. Hard to sneak up on the drug bust in that thing. It's also interesting they have a window behind it there, like a mirror. So really like those. I think there's 4 in this. It does not tell me on the back, but I know there's at least one more. Yeah, 89, 90. Must be 2 more, because it's numbers 89, 90, 189, 190. So 191 and 192 must also be in that series. So I'm going to be on the lookout for that. If anybody has that, let me know. Always willing to trade. I also got these, and I picked these up just because I thought these were really cool. I don't know that I've seen this one before. Let me get a better shot here of this guy. And this one, wait a second. We're getting too much ground there. There we go. This one is just a beautiful car. It's like a lime green with a dark blue flame. Plus, it's one of my favorite cars, a Mustang, 1968. Also got this one. That's the Chevy Impala. My son calls it the sheriff car because it's got the sheriff badge on the top. That's the 69 Chevy. And then I got this one, which is, I know again, most of you guys do not like the tune cars. I love the tune cars. And I don't have this one. And there's something about that Tampo that I really like I like all the creature cars. This one kind of falls into that. So we'll leave his surfboards intact. We've gone through a whole bunch of these Dioras, the tuned ones and the regular version because of the surfboards. We finally got smart and started casting the surfboards. So we got those. Also in the mix, put those over there. We got a bunch of dairy deliveries, and I'll just kind of throw a few up here for you to see. We bought these at the show, the Stanton Rack and Q show. And I got, what, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. We got 10. And I got 10 for $10. And we're customizing these guys. So these are all part of the next bin. So there you go. I don't think any of those would probably be worth anything to anybody over just being dairies. But if they are, let me know, because they're going to get customized. There's one. That one's out of the box. Also, we got 4 Broncos. These, and I can get my camera here a little better. We got 4 Broncos. I thought these were interesting, and maybe somebody can explain to me what's going on. This one, see the white going into the blue card? These 2 are blue cards. 258 blue cards. This one looks to be the same markings. Same card. Same year, I think. But it's got a white card. I'm wondering if that's when they transitioned over to the white stripe. Or if this was a carryover from the previous year, kind of like they do with cases now, where sometimes the cars will have 2 different cards. Anyway, if anybody knows, let me know. These are going to be customized, unless somebody tells me there's anything particularly rare about them. This is a different paint job on them, but same wheels. And these guys are all going to be ripped apart for customs. One thing I thought was interesting, I would assume all the hardcore guys out there know, I think there's only 3 castings of Hot Wheels that have opening doors. This is one of them, the Blazer 4x4. And I know one of the other is a 280Z, I want to say. And I don't remember the other one, but I think there's only 3 castings with opening doors. Anyway, if I'm wrong, correct me down at the bottom. We also got a bunch of cars with rubber wheels. And these are going on the dairy deliveries because I've had really good luck with this particular casting and the axle length, so I don't have to cut the axles down. But we got a bunch of those. Got those for $1.50 a piece, I think. Okay, next up, we've got some Matchboxes. I'm going to go through these real quick, and they're going to look really small because if you didn't notice, I actually got some more room here in my studio setup so that we can see the cars a little better. I got a bunch of Matchbox cars. You guys know I love the Matchbox Superfast era cars, and all the way up to about late 1990s. That's really what I actually collect. The Hot Wheels I use for customs a lot, but I really love to collect the Matchboxes. So if you guys ever want to make trades for anything I've got, I'm a sucker for old Matchbox cars, even if they're not in perfect shape. Like this guy. This is a Sambron, I think it's pronounced Sambron, jacklift. I have a couple of these, but this one has a really cool little function where that forklift stays flat. It's really neat. They made a bunch of versions of this one. I think this is the first version. It's really not worth anything because it's not in great shape. Yeah, I shouldn't say not in great shape. It's not in good shape. If this one happened to have a red stripe on it, and I guess it's possible, but I think we'd see signs of it, then it would be a 1994. But this one's a 1970, early 70s model. Next up, these 3 guys. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. And these 3 guys, they're IMSA or IMSA. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, Mustangs. I'm not a car guy. I'm a toy guy. More wind. And I think This one is a 1994 from what I know. He's in great shape, but he's really not worth anything. The engine's open on these. The interesting thing about these is I see a bunch of these around. There's a lot of color combinations, and they're so bright, I think I just remember seeing them a lot. They seem to be one of the most common old Matchbox cars I see. If you ever see a solid red one, like solid red, and it's in good shape, you should buy it because it is worth a lot of money. So, little IMSAs. Next up, this guy's not in great shape. His back wheels are a little wobbly, but I really like this little sight dumper. Cool little toy from back in the day. He's not in bad shape. I think I can strip this guy down and do one of my restorations on him. That's why I picked it up. The wheels were in decent shape as far as the metal paint on them. They're a little wobbly is all. He just needs to be, he needs some love. Little sight dumper. Next up, Lamborghini. Here, let's get this down here so we can see him. Almost. I'm not used to this new setup we've got here. There we go. Little Lamborghini. This guy's not really worth too much. Oh, sorry, it's a Ferrari. Lamborghinis are coming up. Ferrari 308 GTB. This should be the version 2 of this because it doesn't have any markings. If it had a Ferrari on the hood, I have 2 of them that have a Ferrari on the hood. It would be worth a little bit more. But this one is the plain one. It does have a scratch on the hood, but other than that, it's in nearly perfect shape. All these haven't been cleaned up too, so if you're seeing a bunch of dust on them, I'll clean them all up. And I haven't done all the research on these, so if anybody knows anything about any of these cars that I don't mention, let me know, because I'm interested. Mercedes-Benz 300 SEL. The interesting thing about this one is there's only one version that I know of, and that's this one. Matchbox usually has a ton of versions, and if you're not familiar with the Matchbox cars, they tend to number their cars sometimes on the bottom, sometimes not. So for instance, this one does not have a number, and they'll have a number something like 58E or 58F. And I don't know how those numbers come about, but there isn't any rhyme or reason that I can really figure out with them. But if you know the models, you can find some that are cool. So Mercedes-Benz, I really like that one. Next up, this guy needs some restoration care. I got this guy because I thought it was the rarer version of this. It's not. This one's the Team Hot Wheels Formula 1 racer, and it should have a little white dude in there. And the reason I know it should have a little white dude is because if it's red with an 8 on it, it has a white dude. There's no other ones. So that guy needs some attention. This one. Oh, I should mention I got all of these cars for 50 cents. There we go. So no, he's not going to stay. This is the Corvette Grand Sport. I just like this one. It's not really worth anything. It's one of the later models. I think this is maybe an early 90s model. You can tell by the wheels. But I just like that one. And it was in really good shape. So I figured I wouldn't see it again in that good a shape. This one you'll see in Andrew's version of the video. This guy, I had to trade for him. I found it. And then Andrew really wanted it. I gave it to him. And then he found, or I found another one he wanted. And so he traded me this one back. For I think it was a Ferrari that he, or was it a Flaming Manta? It might have been a Flaming Manta. This one's a Planet Scout, and this one comes. This is the only version in red with the amber windows. It only came in this version in red. It also comes in avocado and green, and there's a metallic blue version that I believe the metallic blue is worth the most. This one isn't in bad shape. The wheels are in fantastic shape. It's, you know, its suspension is kind of thuddy, but it's in real good shape. So. This one, if anybody knows anything about, let me know, because I don't know anything about it except that it's a Sauber or a Sauber Mercedes Group C racer. There's a bunch of these. I have 3 others that are different colors. I just figured this one was in the same grouping as the other ones I have. My price guide doesn't cover this one with the Champion logo on the side and the 91 on the front. Is that a 91? Yeah, 91 on the front. And so I don't know much about it other than I'm assuming it's not anything too special. All these kind of class Group C racers don't really stand out from each other, but I don't know much about this one. So if anybody knows, let me know. Getting down to the end, this guy, this is probably the best one that I found at the show, and it is those are leaves blowing down the street. This one is hard to find in good shape, and the main reason is it's rare to start with, and it has its tampos on the top. So as soon as this car goes skidding along the ground, its tampos get trashed. So I've seen a lot of this one in bad shape. I've seen very few of them in this good a shape. And it has the gray interior. If I open this up, there you go. You can see it's got the gray interior back there, which makes him sort of collectible. He's not worth hundreds of dollars or anything. If you ever see this one in dark green, it's one of the most expensive Matchbox Superfast cars you can find. You should get it. Last but not least, these 2 guys. I found these actually from 2 different vendors. I paid 50 cents. I paid 50 cents for all of these, I think. Yeah, I think so. This is a BMW M1s, and they're the same casting except for a little bit of difference. This one has the fin on the back, the airfoil. This one has an opening hood, which, there you go, well, opens backwards. There we go. So this one has the opening hood. If this one had green windows, it would be worth a lot of money. It doesn't, so it's not. The white BMW, just an interesting fact, the 52 on the front is due to that this is number 52F in the Matchbox line. This one is 52E, this is 52F. And so you see that a lot with the Matchboxes where they'll make a slight change in the casting and then they'll change the number on it. So neither of these is really worth much, but they're going in my collection. They're in good shape. Okay, so that kind of wraps up that little segment for us. I'm going to dive into the Hello, we're back, and we're actually filming this piece before the first piece that you saw. So if some things are a little bit out of order, that's because we're filming this part first. But this is Andrew's corner where he's going to talk about his week in cars, right?
Yep.
Yep, and we have to film this before he goes to bed. What I wanted to do first, well, first, the cars in the background there are all cars that we got at the Riverside Hot Wheelers Club show, which was actually 2 weeks ago. And that's only a few of them. We actually got hundreds of them. we bought a few bins of cars there that people sold to us for custom. So Andrew picked out a few to use as the background. Interestingly enough, this Bronco I didn't even know was in there, and I really like that one. This one is a special edition, and we didn't know that one was in there either. So you never know what you're going to find in those bins of Hot Wheels. Okay, so let's first talk about your customs you did this week, Andrew. And what Andrew tends to do, I'm going to move these back a little bit here. Whoops. The ambulance needs an ambulance. All right. Oops. Wait. We've got too much stuff here. There we go. Move these back. But we'll zoom in here. Get a little bit closer. There we go. Andrew tends to do wheel swaps, and usually what it is I'll take the wheels off of cars for my customs, like a lot of us do. And then he gets his pick from the different castings that are left, so he tends to pick these pretty colorful guys here. This was a good one. This was, I think, a Boulevard car or a Larry's Garage car. And then he puts his own wheels on it, and he gets his choice from the wheels that are discarded. So he did this one, right?
Yeah.
All right. This one is actually my favorite. It's not done yet because we don't have it screwed in. So the the interior's all, the windows still falling out. But I really like the wheels on this one that you picked out. Did you pick these out, or did I help you? I don't remember.
You gave me the black one.
Yeah, the black one's painted. You picked black to paint it. We just need to screw this guy together, so he's not actually done, but I wanted to show him. Here's a governor, and this one you use some Matchbox wheels in the back and some Hot Wheels in the front, but this one rolls really well. You did a good job on that one. This guy, you didn't want to show him. I liked him. We used his wheels on something. Oh, you just wanted this one, huh? And I took the wheels off. Okay. Yeah, that's part of our deal, is if there's certain cars in our pile that he wants, I usually keep the wheels, throw them into the stock, and then he can use the older wheels. But Andrew's pretty good at the wheels. And then this guy, which I think we showed last week, but we didn't really get a close-up. This is one of my favorite ones you did. You picked the wheels on this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
I put the wheels.
This was kind of a custom I was working on that I gave up on, and then you grabbed it out of the junk pile and brought it back to life, huh? Yeah.
That's what you usually do, bring it back to life.
Now that one I didn't. That was all you. Okay, next in this little segment of Andrew's Corner, I'm going to put these over here. Do they just go here?
Yeah.
Okay, wait, don't move those. We're going to do our trades next. So today, this morning, we went to the Rack and Queue. And it's a show in Stanton, California that's once a month. And we get to go there about once every 2 months. We hit up the Rack and Queue. And it's a show that is, it's right by Knott's Berry Farm in Southern California. And it is a bar. It's basically a pool hall that's converted into a car show for the morning, the first Sunday of each month. And they cover up the pool tables, and those are the tables they use to display the cars on. And it's a bunch of guys in the area that hit up all the shows. So we went there, and you got this for free, didn't you? Here, let me zoom out here. You got this one for free, and how did you get that for free?
Somebody gave it to me.
Yeah, man gave it to you because
I was the only kid there.
You were the only kid there, so Andrew was racking up the freebies. And I told him that I wouldn't mind having that car because I like those wheels on it. And so you traded me for this one.
And it's also golden.
Yep, and you've had your eye on this one for a while, right? And this one, why did you trade me for this one?
Because it doesn't roll so good.
Yeah, it doesn't roll so good, but it actually vibrates. But it's got rubber tires, huh? And you like the gold. And you've had your eye on this one. I have a pile of cars right below my camera here. There's a huge pile of cars we use for donor wheels. And then there's another pile of cars that are all rubber tires and rims that we use for customs. And this one was in that one, huh? And you've been wanting to trade for that one for a while. So we traded. And, yeah, that one's yours. There you go. So you can have that. All right, that's official. We'll talk about that one too. And then you found this car at the car show today, huh?
Yep.
And that's a Planet Scout. That's a Matchbox. And you know that Daddy loves Matchbox cars, huh?
Yeah.
And we found some others. You're going to see those in Daddy's segment later. But then you traded me this one because you knew I wanted this one.
For a yellow.
For the yellow one. And this is a Flame and Manta. This one. So I'm going to keep the Planet Scout. You get the Flame and Manta. I don't have one of these, so you're the only one in the family with that one. I have the big Matchbox collection, but now you've got that one. So that is yours. There you go. And I'm going to keep my Planet Scout. Okay, moving on. Now at the show, I'm not going to. You want to show this one too?
Yeah.
All right. At the show, at most shows, kids get free cars a lot. They don't have to. It's just the collectors know that kids really are the ones that should be playing with the cars, not the adults. And so You got all 4 of these for free, huh?
Yep.
This one we got for going into the show. You have a couple of these because they always give you those. A little pullback Volkswagen. Uh-huh. And this one, which is a really nice car, the man just opened that one up and gave it to you, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is a dairy delivery Otter Pops. You don't have another dairy delivery, so now you have that one.
Mm-hmm.
That one's pretty nice. Daddy picked up about 10 dairy deliveries, but I didn't get any for free. This little Infinity he got for free. I think this one, the card was used as one of the $20 giveaways, so this one you got. And then this one, did you want to... I don't know that you can get in here to show that. I don't think you can get in here. And,
So.
oh wait, let's get it over here into... Oh wait, you hold it and I'll point the camera at. So it's a...
The car can move.
Yeah, it's a McDonald's car.
It was supposed to hook onto a train.
Mm-hmm. Here, I'll roll it along here.
It
So
has wheels,
the car
so
the car goes in a circle. All right. Next up for you are these 3 that you bought. And here, let's put you put that guy back together. I'll show this one. He bought this Diora.
And I got it for $1.
He got it for $1. And then he got this, I think this is a McDonald's dragster that you got too.
For $1.
For $1. Very good. This guy,
Right.
This was one of your favorites. So
his top comes off so you can see the inside.
Yep. That's why you like that one, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And I have another one that's black.
Yep. And then this one was the most expensive car that I think we got all day.
It was a tank.
That you just had to have. And I think I probably overpaid for it. But you really liked this one. Because you love your tanks, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have this one. I think you're getting to where you have almost all the Hot Wheel tanks. But we got that one. This one is doesn't even have the name on the bottom. Oh, so
We showed this one.
yeah, we did. We showed that one. So these can go back on your table. Now, last was,
But not least,
earlier in the week. I think this was actually last week. We went to Walmart, and what did we find?
Like 70 treasure hunts.
We found like 70 treasure hunts. I think it was closer to 100. And there's pictures that I will probably show in my segment.
And we also found one that
We
you're
found
probably looking for.
one that you're probably looking for. There we got it in the screen. The Fangster. You got 2 of those. And there was probably 30, I bet.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you found this one, Fast Fish from last year. Andrew calls it the light blue treasure hunt. And then you found this one, the Night Burner. Huh. And then we picked up a ton more that you'll probably see in Daddy's segment or already saw. And you left a bunch for other kids there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And can you tell me what you did with them so everyone would see them?
I put them on the little cage that they were in, and I hooked them on to
He hooked all the treasure hunts we didn't buy. We left about half behind. He hooked on there was a bin, but it was like a cage bin. And evidently somebody had poured just cases of treasure hunts on top. What was weird is we visited that store at about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And that particular bin was right by the return line, which was a super crowded area. And for whatever reason, nobody knew there were treasure hunts in there. So so that's our week for Andrew. And I'll be back in the other segments, and I will update you on what I've been up to. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, and we're back as a quick go over of what's been going on over with the customizing. Couple things. First thing is we've got the first run of the Bengals power panels ready to go. This is the first one that's going on sale on eBay. You can hear the wind back there. We've got quite a wind going on today. This is the first one going on sale on eBay. I did change the tires around a little bit from the one that Shad Juice got. I now added these. These were originally on some Hummer, a Boulevard's Hummer, and I added them on there. I think I like the way those fit on here. So that's what we're going to be using. And the other ones are right back there. There's 2 more, and that's all there's going to be. I'm going to keep 1. 2 are going to get sold. And as far as I know, that's going to be it, at least for now. So that's the first one we got done. Next one is this little combi. I'll zoom in here on him. And I might have shown this one already. I forgot. He kind of got lost in the mix. Didn't paint the inside at all, but did a lot of work on the outside. Did some flames on him. Really like the way that guy turned out. He rolls just fine. No real riders on him. Nothing special. That one is probably going up on eBay soon. I also got started playing around with these M2 cases, and you can tell I still haven't taken the stickers off of these. I need to get some Goo Gone to get these stickers off of here. And but then these are going up for sale. And this is a dairy delivery that I made a little while ago. Did all the flame work myself. But the fun thing on this one is it has customized rims. So that gold piece back there is a piece of brass that I fitted into the rim and around the tire. So happy with the way that guy turned out. The Astrovan, this guy has been documented on the Facebook page at LE Diecast at Facebook. And this guy will be going up for sale too as soon as I can get those stickers off the M2 cases there. And this one I did some work with the engine. The engine isn't part of the regular Astrovan. I think, in fact, I have one right here. That's a real Astrovan. I always thought the engines on these looked kind of meek. And so I put a big engine in there. Also, and you can barely see the light catching in there, I've tinted the windows. So the windows are tinted blue in this. So those guys all going up on eBay very soon. Wrapping things up. These 2 little customs, they are still waiting for their tampos. We did color their windshields, or clean their windshields. Those guys are in the mix. Their tampos are upstairs on my computer. This guy's still waiting for his tampos. And we've got the next round of customs ready to go. And that is going to be these vans and some more power panels. I'm going to do another NFL team, and I think I may do an NFL team with these vans too. So that's it for updating on the customs this week. I didn't get a lot done. It's been getting colder here, so it's harder to paint when it's cold. The paint does weird things if it doesn't dry fast. So thanks for watching, and I guess this wraps up the whole video. So I hope you all like this new format with kind of the 3 segments once a week. I still am going to do the custom videos separate, so they'll still show up. But I'm finding that more and more people either really like the customs or they really like the cars that we find, and that they're not really the same people. So we're going to try and do two video series for each of you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.